Baby Gabriel missing for 6 years. Now his mom, who says, well, she gave him away, as is the custom. Now she's been arrested. Take a look at this. Quite a story.
This is about Gabriel, and I want to find my son.
The boy's mother, 23-year-old Elizabeth Johnson, picks up everything and takes her baby on a 2-day journey, traveling from Arizona to San Antonio, Texas.
Elizabeth Johnson claims she gave her baby away so he could live a better life.
Johnson once told the father that she killed the baby. Later, she told officers she gave the baby to a couple in a San Antonio park.
The child went missing while she was on the run with him. And the child could be dead or alive. We don't know.
Murder charges have never been filed because baby Gabriel has never been found.
She just gets to get out of jail, get out of prison, do whatever she wants, gets to live her life and forget about what happened. It shouldn't happen like that. She should be paid more than she did.
Gabriel's mother was on probation after having served 5 years in prison, and tonight she is back behind bars. Tonight, joining me, Yodit Tewolde, attorney, spirit, psychotherapist, Troy Slayton, criminal defense attorney, and Pat Lalama, managing editor at Crime Watch Daily. She joins us from their newsroom. Pat, you've been following this case. Give us an update, please.
Yes. Well, you know, keep in mind now she went to prison for unlawful imprisonment and for custodial interference. That's really all they could get her on back then. And she asked the judge when she got out, can I move to New Mexico? There I can get a job and start a new life. Well, yes, if you don't violate your probation. Well, now she's violated her probation 4 or 5 different ways: associating with a felon, not reporting to the officer, using alcohol, a myriad issues that she has. So she's back behind bars. But you know what, Dr. Drew, this is still a cat and mouse game, and it's so frustrating because we still don't know where that baby is, and she does.
Yeah, Pat, mentioning cat and mouse always gets my spidey sense stirred. I know sociopaths always put you through a manipulative cat and mouse, and criminals the same, so it really raises everyone's suspicion. Now, Gabriel's mother called the father. She told him that she had killed the baby. We have that recording. Take a listen.
I need to go. Why? Call the police. I need to go. Why? You're going to talk to me about this? You don't care? You don't believe me? He knew I would do it. He pushed me anyway.
So disturbing. And we have another phone call where Elizabeth tells Gabriel's father she threw the baby in a dumpster. Listen.
Where are you? Where's Gabriel? Gabriel's in a dumpster. No, he's not. Do you want to talk to the girl? What's the price you pay? Are you dating one now? That's why you left me? No, I'm not dating anybody, Elizabeth. You need to stop. You got a sex with someone? No. Yeah, you did. Elizabeth, stop.
I didn't even know where to start with this one. I'll start with Spirit, because all I hear here is a manipulative, violent sociopath. That's what she seems to be.
You hit it right on the head. And how disgusting it is. How you know, for that father to have to sit there and deal with that with no recourse, Dr. Drew. I mean, I see this woman and I'm just like, what help could you possibly give her? And at the end of the day, will it do anything to bring this child back or to get real answers as to what's been going on here?
And why, Yodit, why just custodial interference? We have the tapes of her confessing. I mean, I understand there's a little bit of confusion about what exactly she did, but isn't that enough?
I mean, you've had trials where you've had no body and people have been convicted of murder. So I don't know why they didn't charge her with something more than what she was convicted for.
Pat, can you help us with that? Let me see if Pat, help us. It's confusing when you hear all that evidence, and it's so chilling the way she goes about it.
Well, I think I'm not a lawyer, just for clarification's sake, but a longtime crime journalist. I think there's a clear distinction between what qualifies as actual kidnapping, and I think they just don't have the goods for anything other than she's interfering with the father's right to see the kid. They just, believe me, if they could do more, I bet you they would. They just can't.
I'm going to show you another piece of evidence, which is a text message that Elizabeth sent to Gabriel's father, the young man you saw on the stand there. This is now just hours after she had allegedly given the baby away. Take a look.
says, "Fine, don't talk to me, but you will never see Gabriel again. I made sure of that, and you can spend the rest of your pathetic life wondering about him. You will never find me. I'm already boarding a plane out of the country. When I'm safe, I'll email you the exact location of dead Gabriel's little blue body."
All right, Troy, I see you sitting there waiting, flying out of your chair. Is that because you want to defend this woman and dismantle all that evidence, or because you believe this is a case that should have been assailed more vigorously?
No, I'm a defense attorney, and you can't convict somebody just based on their statement alone. She could come out to the police and say, "I killed him." But there's a rule in the law. It's called corpus delicti rule, and you can't convict somebody just based on their statements alone. There has to be other evidence.
Corpus delicti sounds like an appetizer. It sounds
How about
terrible.
an appetizer for like involuntary sterilization?
That's the law. Whether you like it or not, you can't convict somebody just on that.
Yodit,
But
please.
Troy, we're not talking about convictions here. We're talking about taking them to trial. Have they not taken people to trial for less?
Sure, but in order to take someone to trial, the prosecutor has to believe that they're going to get a conviction. You don't just bring someone to trial and throw the spaghetti against the wall and see what sticks.
If you were defending this person, this chick, and if somebody were to come up there with an expert and really come after her, would that undermine your case?
No, there's a perfectly reasonable explanation.
No, there's not.
No, there is
not.
That's
the point.
She hates this guy. She wants to get back, and I'm not going to say anything.
So then
I killed your son.
So where's the baby then?
The baby. She may have very well given the baby away.
I would need some type of proof.
I would too. And let's Spirit and I add the score as we see it, which is we see someone who can't maintain, in spite of being a high-profile case, can't maintain her parole. So she has criminal tendencies.
Dr. Drew,
now, you could argue being in prison did that.
Those are petty things. She didn't check in. Oh, she got married and didn't tell them.
She believes that she can get away with it. It's the narcissistic personality where it says, "I'm walking on water here.
And
everything I do passes."
To me, the big tell is she hangs with other criminals. She's hanging with people. She's attracted to that. And that speaks volume about her personality. Then I add in the manipulativeness, the violence, the aggression, the heartlessness, the coldness, the sadistic quality.
Yes.
Now you have a case of somebody, in my opinion, if we had any evidence of really childhood violence, then I'd say that's somebody who killed.
Troy, you're not being honest here. You know it's a big deal when a defendant does not check in with a parole officer.
Well, yeah, they're supposed to check in, but that doesn't mean you're not going to go to jail again for. You're not going to go to prison.
But it's enough to pull them back into court, right?
It's enough to pull them back into court, but there would really have to be a bigger violation in order to.
Just imagine Troy as a parolee. He'd be on top of everything. He would not be late to a parole check-in.
It's interesting that they're pulling her back into court because they're trying to get another bite of this apple because people are not satisfied with this whole case here. Yeah. She has way more.
I'm shocked that Arizona would want to spend the money to bring her all the way back from New Mexico.
It's a travesty.
Because I forgot to call my PO.
I have the attorney who represented baby Gabriel's mom. He is here with me. We'll see what he has to say about this case.